So yesterday we got an email from Electrify America that they have opened this new station here in Santa Monica, 20 stalls. We're going to check it out, but first we're just going to say hi to a new friend and a new Mustang Mach-E.
This is Ben.
I'm Ben. Hey, everyone. They caught me in the charging station. I was just doing my own thing, and they caught me, and I saw them come in, and I knew them right away.
It's so nice to meet you. And of course, your fancy pony. So we had to give Ben a fancy pony. Now, you got your Glacier Gray Mach-E, your GT, back in December, right? But it doesn't have a name yet.
It doesn't have a name. I need help, guys. Please help me out with a name. Sorry, she's dirty right now, but you can ignore that.
She's been well loved, clearly. A dirty car is a loved car, and you want a name that starts with a B, right?
Yeah, let's go with a B, but I'll take other names as well. You might convince me.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, so we have a naming challenge, and we're going to give you a tour of the station. Think about it. Leave it in the description. What should the name of this sweet Glacier Gray be? I guess it makes sense, Ben, that your car would have a B name. Duh. Sweet. Anyways, I'm Liv.
I'm Patrick.
We're the electric duo. Let's check out the station. As our friend Ben takes off, we're going to take a look at this charging station. So we've checked out a bunch of the Electrify America, what they're calling sort of their flagships, these bigger locations. If you are interested, we have videos on the one in San Francisco, which is very different to this. And then we have one for the one in San Diego, which is a little more similar to this, but this new flagship, which just opened, is a 20-stall hyper fast charging facility. So this is 20 350 kilowatt chargers, and it's quite different to the other ones. There are certainly less amenities. We're going to explore the whole thing, but we're kicking it off at their accessible charger. Now, their press release had the word accessible in it a lot. So I was really interested to come here and see what that meant. So far we have the accessible charger, and wherever there are accessible things, you'll see a pathway that leads you to the safe destinations, wheelchair accessible destinations. We can see a wheelchair exit onto the sidewalk, and we can see a wheelchair exit over here to kind of not that much.
Or to get to the charger. So
oh yeah, to the charger, of course.
Yeah, imagine if you are in a wheelchair, like you would be able to, like if you had a Mach-E though, you'd want to park in that space.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily marked as handicap accessible, but the charger is arranged that way.
Yeah, indeed. So at least you can sort of park in the middle or move over into whatever orientation, get out of your vehicle and come access the chargers as well.
Well, and I always forget too, it's like Electrify America cables are long enough so I could back in and use this if I needed to get out on.
Yeah, they are. And this is really cool.
No.
Do you need help?
1 sec.
Just wondering what.
So where were we?
I'll just take over. We switched a road because Patrick was answering some questions, and we did find out some interesting information about this station, the pricing.
Right now, it's 72 cents per kilowatt hour, which is extremely expensive for most people, most times, but it's even a bit pricey for Southern California. It's 56 cents per kilowatt hour from, I think, 6 a.m. till noon. It's just after noon, so from like noon to 9 p.m., it's 72 cents per kilowatt hour. Pretty darn expensive. I did check. The Tesla supercharger that's nearby is, I think I said 45 cents per kilowatt hour at this time. So for us, we have the Tesla adapter. I'll be honest, like we'd probably go over there and use that as long as there's space, and there was a lot of space right now.
Which is really interesting because there is a Tesla charging right there. So I'm curious why. I don't necessarily want to ask them, like, why are you here?
Yeah. So I know we were getting ready to talk about the accessibility of these as far as like if you're in a wheelchair, the screen's low. Of course, you know, the hard part is like how heavy the cables are, and you still have like bollards and stuff that you got to work around. Of course, that's necessary to protect the charger, but you know, at least you could get to it and be able to charge here. So I like that they're including that. The big thing about this station that we've noticed so far is the lack of amenities, but I think this is the first big supercharger, or not supercharger, Electrify America station that we've seen that doesn't have any CHAdeMO spots at all. I'm looking around. I don't think any of them have CHAdeMO. These are the newer design. They're by BTC Power, which of course we did a couple of videos with them at ACT Expo and EV Charging Summit. You know, we know them. They're actually, their headquarters is located down in Orange County, not too far from us. We're hoping to go by and take a tour of their facility, get to know them a little bit better. But these have been very good stations from our experience. They're all 350 kilowatts. So if you notice in our wide shot, there was a Chevy Bolt. They cannot be criticized for using a 350 kilowatt station because that's all there is here. That's the good news of that. But of course we have, like, you know, some of these other cars like the Ioniq 5 that it can use a lot of this power.
Oh, wow. And there was another Ioniq 5 that obviously really soaked up the fast charging because they really came and went in 10 minutes.
Something, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this in a video before, but it's by the design of the actual charging station itself is by Ital Design. We did a video with them. They actually had like this very cool concept car at CES, right?
In collaboration with the Lafe. And their in-wheel motor.
Right, yeah. Super cool. It was like this supercar, but it was like off-road supercar. Really cool. Check that video out if you're interested. But they designed some really good stuff. And I do actually like the design of this. It looks really cool. But
it's lovely. And like, let's just get a little up close. The pivoting system, I cannot tell if I'm capturing this well.
The cable management. I think you're pointing at the sun.
I got it. The cable management looks great. And also, of course, the screen, you guys know that's a big concern. It's roasty toasty out here. I hope you can tell how easily visible that is. It's kind of flashing.
Oh, I can hit pricing.
Oh, yeah. 48 cents, midnight to 6 a.m. So you guys aren't seeing that super well, but the screen's actually really nice and clear for us.
And if you remember, of course, you'll get a little bit cheaper rates, and the membership is $8 a month. Idle fees of 40 cents a minute after a 10-minute grace period. Before, Electrify America never really would charge any of the idle fees, but they've been doing that more now, I believe. So that's actually, I think, a positive thing, because especially with their forestall stations, if you have somebody just sitting there not charging, that really is a detriment for the rest of the people trying to use that station. Here, it probably wouldn't be as big of a deal, but we really do need to get people in the habit of just leaving when they're done with their charge. Probably wouldn't be a big issue here because one of the things about this station is like we are in Santa Monica. There's a lot of stuff around, but not like in the immediate vicinity. So we have like a car dealership. I think that's another car dealership. I checked, and like on the other side of the car dealership is like a medical facility. I think that's a car dealership. So not necessarily places that you would be like, hey, let me just pop in and use the bathroom.
There's absolutely nowhere that I would go to the restroom. And also, of course, there are no trash cans and there are no wipies. There are no windshield wipies or anything.
Yeah, I don't see a trash can here. Nope. We're gonna go take a look at some of the equipment over here. It's a bit noisier. So let's go down all the way to the end because I think it might be a little bit less noisy.
Kind of cool to walk through.
So this is where all the power is being coming in and then being distributed out. So let's see here. This is total 2,500 amps in this one. And then the power units themselves, each of these is 600 amps. So we'll just quickly get out of here because it's actually really noisy. We can make it sound better, but trust us, it's noisy through here. Look at their little bumper sticker, Dynaco gasoline.
Yeah, that's really cute.
So the way that Electrify America is doing these is they are shared charging systems. I believe it's sort of like Tesla, like there's like 4 of these connected to each of these cabinets. So how many cabinets do they have back there? Maybe it's not even that many.
10 cabinets.
Yeah. How many?
10 cabinets for 20 chargers.
So they have 2 dispensers per cabinet back there. And what that means is that technically, like if you had 2 cars coming in at the same time, they probably could not both pull 350 kilowatts. But first of all, we have a lot of empty spaces. But second of all, if you look at it, like if we pull in next to an Ioniq 5, we're only going to be able to pull like 160 kilowatts at most anyway. So it should be fine. You should be able to get that full 350, except maybe in some very rare circumstances. But overall, you know, it isn't groundbreaking. It isn't like earth-shattering. We're in Santa Monica, so we're close to where the new Tesla diner has opened up. There's a big supercharger over there that's, you know, quite a few more stalls. So it isn't like groundbreaking in the number of stalls that they have here or anything like that. But I think it's just a step in the right direction. Very positive to see Electrify America not just deploying 4-stall stations, especially in busy areas like Southern California and specifically Santa Monica. We're close to the I-10 freeway. So I'm really happy to see like some of these bigger stations getting installed, like Liv mentioned in San Francisco, San Diego, and there's some others that we know that are coming soon. But I would still, of course, love to see more amenities, but that's also what makes things, you know, pricier for them to get installed, and more construction costs, all of those things. The pricing, of course, is something that I know would be a huge issue for a lot of you. Of course, we are in Southern California where electricity rates are generally pretty high. If you are reliant on this, you would definitely want to get that membership. It pays for itself literally in one charge. So you can do it on a monthly basis. So you can activate that $8 while you need charging and then turn it back off the next month. But really, even if you're going to charge one time, it's better just to have that membership. And within the app, by the way, it is easy to turn on and off. So I say like to cancel. It isn't one of those things like, you know, your Sirius XM that a lot of people are familiar with, where to cancel, they want you to call and it takes like 30 minutes on a phone to go through the cancellation process. With the Electrify America membership, you can turn it on, turn it back off. Very easy to do. Anything else we should cover? Should I grab the...
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Okay, perfect.
Well, firstly, have a look. Are you panning?
Yeah, slowly.
Have a look around us. Things that I love about stations this size, there is constant flow through. There have been constant people coming through and no one's waiting. There's lots and lots of room. Obviously, it's 1 p.m., so it's not like it's peak. I'm sure that this place gets busy, but 20 stall stations are what we need to see. So it's so fun to see the variety of EVs here. And obviously we have something as slow charging as the Bolt that is leaving now. So the Bolt's actually done already. And this was like while we've been here, which is not that long.
What?
And
why am I excited by that?
What Patrick's excited about is the Grecale Trofeo in that yellow color. You guys don't know, but I went through a little spat of covering some ICE vehicles on A Girl's Guide to Cars. And that was one of the ones that we had because they are coming out with an EV version. I'm not sure.
I think it's out.
It might actually be out. So we kind of wanted to like get the gas one beforehand and test it out. That is a fun little bugger. It's a fun thing.
I'm just going to show it some more. I just love how it looks.
Did you hear that? You guys probably didn't hear it. I don't think you caught it.
No.
It's too slow. So we'll put a link to my article down below if you want to see that. But that's a fun, playful car. So it'll be interesting to see how it is when it's electric. And it was really cute that it's right here next to the charging station. It was here when we pulled up. But it's so cool seeing the variety of vehicles, and everyone who needs coverage is covered. So in the same way that when you design things accessibly first, and are you getting me? When you design things accessibly first, that means that everyone can use it, right? If a place is accessible to someone in a wheelchair, it's still accessible to someone who's ambulatory. So the fact that they have these chargers that are capable of charging 800-volt vehicles, everything that charges much faster than our Mach-E or our Equinox EV, means that everyone can charge here. That Bolt came and did their business and they're gone.
They must not have needed much because they weren't here for really that long.
Maybe not, but you know that they're charging the full amount that they need. And it's great to see. It's weird that there's no chatter mode, so that's interesting. And I've been percolating on how I feel about the amenities. And there are two things. I think I'm okay that there are no bathrooms. I wish that there were bathrooms nearby, but I'm glad, and Patrick's trying to capture an Ioniq 5.
No, I was just moving, not taking up any spaces, just standing there.
So I wish that the location that they'd chosen had some walkable or very accessible bathrooms, but there's not always that option, right? We are in a urban center in Santa Monica, you don't always have that option. So that as Patrick pans to capture more, ooh, IX is coming in. So I rather that they have this station than they don't have it because they couldn't find the appropriate amenities, right? However, I don't think it's acceptable that they don't have trash or windshield wipes. At the bare minimum, trash. And so the first opportunity we get, I'm going to request that, demand it. And I've decided I think I'm okay that they don't have bathrooms if they had to have a charger here. What?
By the way, yeah, because they said they had security cameras, so I can't really see, but I think there's security cameras. Oh, let me go up higher. On the light pole over there.
Yeah.
But I don't really see them like very obviously. Sometimes when people do security cameras, I'm gonna go ahead and flip around because we'll wrap it up. Sometimes when people do security cameras, it's not manned, 24/7. They will put like a flashing blue light or something like that. I don't see anything like that. It looks like it would have decent lighting at night. Just looking at the lights here.
Maybe we'll be able to drive by because we have to be here until
we're heading south.
Fine. Yeah.
But the other thing that I want to comment on, of course, Electrify America. A lot of people used to give them a lot of bad, a bad rap for maintenance and uptime. So far, like in the past year and a half, like we've seen like a marked improvement in their maintenance. It also seems like they switched to using a lot of these BTC power units. They have been fantastic from our experience. Not saying that everybody's experience has been flawless, but our experience, they've been fantastic. So excited to see BTC power out here and that they're using those. So anyways, and if you're wondering why we're not charging, first of all, we don't actually need to charge here, but look out for another video. We're going to visit a BP Pulse station over by LAX. It'll be our first BP Pulse. It is our first Alpatronic chargers that we're going to check out. So we're going to check that out in another video later tonight after another event. But anything else? I think.
No, I think that's our time here at this charger. They announced it yesterday. We assume it went online yesterday?
I think it's been online for a few days. They always bring it online, work out some of the bugs, and then they send out the press release.
And then they send out the press release. But as you can tell, as we've been panning and everything, it's been in constant flow. I'm excited to see more 20 stalls. We want to see that more. Obviously, a big bummer they don't have restrooms or food or anything like that. And we're going to make demands of them for some of the other amenities, but with a loud truck popping by. But it's great to see larger facilities like this. So let us know, what do you think of this brand new 20 stall Santa Monica Electrify America station? How do you feel about the amenities? How do you feel about the number? Any other questions?
Yeah, and please comment below, but also reach out to Electrify America where they should put in chargers next.
Ooh, yeah.
And big charging stations. I love seeing this 20 stall being installed and want to see more of them. But that's it. Yeah, thank you for watching this whole video.
Yeah.
Thank you to our Patreon members for supporting us on a monthly basis. We appreciate all of you, the Unbridled, the Engage, and the Whisper. Do we need to change those now that we're the Electric? No, we'll keep that.
No, we're keeping them forever.
We're keeping that.
I mean, unless you guys want us to change it, but I feel attached to that.
No, that's our Mach-E history. And our Mach-E over there.
Our Mach-E's over there. If you didn't know, we were the Mach-E vlog. We are now the electric duo. We made this grand change because we cover all things electric, all the EVs that we love, including our Mach-E, Equinox EV, and charging stations like this one. Keep an eye out for our video about the BP Pulse. That's coming out. And on that note,
wait,
what?
We got to thank our YouTube members as well.
Sorry. Thank you. YouTube members.
You get a fancy pony.
Oh, great. Who's editing this now?
You.
Oh, no. He always makes it hard for me. Anyways, on that note, thank you so much for joining us. Do join our Patreon or our YouTube membership if you would like to support all this craziness. And just remember that whatever you drive and wherever you charge it, enjoy the ride. Bye.
Bye.